Back to Blues Focus TV. Been a little while since we did a transfer rumour roundup. It's been a bit quiet at Blues, to be fair. But I feel like we have enough to go off now where we can actually produce a video. Just a couple of interesting names that have been thrown in the hat recently that we can talk about. That I think would be an interesting conversation. Definitely get you guys chatting down in the comments. Please just say anything you want to say down there, what you think of these possible targets. Would you like to see them down at Blues? And also players that you want Blues to look at personally, or sort of a dream pick, as Carl would say on the podcast. Let's get straight into things, guys. I think I've collected about 4 players for us to talk about today. I think we'll talk about this one first. It was met with 99% bad reaction from the fan base, and I don't think it would happen, but I'd be surprised if it did. And that is Kyle Lafferty. Interesting one. Has already actually played for Blues before in the 15-16 season under Gary Rowett. Made 6 appearances, scoring 1 goal. And I believe that 1 goal was on his debut, actually. It was either on his full debut or his home debut. I feel like it was his full debut, though. I remember it was a tap in from like 2 yards. But yeah, and he just never really kicked on from there. Seems to have a bit of a sour relationship with people at Kilmarnock, from what I've read. But apparently there's a lot of, I don't know, a lot of false rumours in that one. But he is a bit of a journeyman, really. So make of that what you will. Yeah, so obviously being a journeyman is never great to see on the record. However, he has had some successful spells, decent spell at Hearts, I think. Probably his most notable spell will have been at Rangers a long time ago. He's just never really kicked on from there anywhere. I think he was all right at Hearts, but that's about it. Never really set the ground alight at Norwich. So yeah, he's just struggled wherever he's gone, really. Nothing seems to have clicked for him. I feel like that's all I can really say on the target, to be honest. The next target that I wanted to talk about is Dion Sanderson. Wolves defender, was on loan at Sunderland last season. Started off quite well at Sunderland, very highly rated, but then obviously picked up an injury that left him out for the rest of the season. So unfortunate for him. But he also showed this promise the season before last when he was on loan at Cardiff. I believe they wanted him back, but he chose to go to Sunderland in the end for more regular game time. But he did do really well at championship level for Cardiff, and I know they rated him highly there. So there's clearly a proper player there, and there's plenty of potential. And Wolves fans that have seen a bit of him also rate him quite highly. So maybe another championship move, another kind of making that step up to the championship again, having another crack might be the right move for him and his development is in his career. And I think, Blues, it's local for him, being a lad from Wolves. It could be a good signing for us. And I'd be really, really behind this one. I feel like it'd be a good move for all parties and a good loan deal. And I think Sanderson could do well under Bowyer. It'd be nice to get a bit more youth in our defence, a bit more energy. So I do think this could be a good signing overall for Blues if it was obviously brought into fruition, or if it happened, I'd certainly be happy with it, but we shall see.
Moving on to our next target.
And that is Joe Pigott. Joe Pigott is formerly of AFC Wimbledon, very successful time there. He was their captain as well. Goal machine for them over the last few seasons and has been a pivotal part in keeping AFC Wimbledon in League One. Without him, they would not have achieved that. I'm pretty sure he hit the 20 goal mark last season, if I'm not mistaken. He seems to have hit very, very high tallies throughout his time with Wimbledon. You'll have a few stats down there for you, I'm sure, that you can observe and enjoy. But no, overall, a very successful League One player. Also is has a famous moment in Southend history when he scored that late extra time playoff final winner against Wickham, I believe, or it was either the winner or the equaliser that took it to penalties. But yeah, famous goal for him, and then has gone to kick on at Wimbledon and has a really good relationship with everyone there, and seems just a generally good player to have in the dressing room for any team. And the fact that he's going on a free this season, a lot of championship clubs will be in for him. He'll certainly be on many radars. Hopefully Blues is one of those radars, as I think he could really do a job for us. However, I don't believe he is quite the striker we need, as for years we've still been looking to replace Che Adams, let's be honest. And he's not quite that, quick, pacey striker with a bit of strength about him that can just has unreal finishing. He's just not quite that player. He's a bit more of a Djukovic style player, but maybe a bit more agile, a bit more mobile at times as well. However, we do have another type of player like that as well in Cosgrove. So I'd be surprised to see Pigott come to Blues, but he could certainly do a job for us. And I think he'd be a great signing for any championship club. Moving on. This is one that I've picked out, really. It's not a link, but Birmingham Mail have shared it. He's on the Crystal Palace release list. It's brought up a bit of conversation on Twitter, and that's Scott Dann, former Blues defender, probably arguably part of the greatest central defensive partnership in Blues history, in Roger Johnson and Scott Dann. So yeah, no, I personally would like to see Scott Dann return. There has been rumours that he might be returning to Coventry. That would be a great signing for Coventry. I think obviously he's 33 years old. He's not getting any younger. However, I do believe he still has plenty to offer at this level and could be a good signing for any championship side, particularly some mid-table sides who just want to, kind of solidify their defence a bit. However, age is, of course, not really on his side. But like I said, I do think he'd have a bit to offer. However, his best years have passed, so I do feel like a championship move could be good for him. However, injuries have held him back, and if they continue to hold him back following into this next season, then I do think that could be time on his career, really. But it would be great to see some more of the old boys reunited down at Blues again. But I don't think this one will happen as much as some fans might want it for nostalgia, particularly me. I don't even think it'd be a bad signing. I've seen a lot of people complain about it, but I wouldn't mind myself. Let me know your thoughts. Would you like to see Scott Dann return to Blues? Let me know in the comments. But I can't really see that one happening, unfortunately. And then moving on to our final target of the video, another central defender, Danish international. I do believe he's going to the Euros with them this summer as well. Fenerbahce defender and former Huddersfield defender in their time in the Premier League, very highly rated, and that is Jorgensen. Very tall, quite mobile for such a tall player, strong, reasonably quick for a central defender, Premier League experience or Championship experience also. And also experience with a massive Turkish side in Fenerbahce and European football. So, the experience and the resume is very, very impressive. Is he the type of player that I imagine Blues to be looking at this season? No, not at all. I'd be really surprised to see this one come off. But according to Turkish media, Blues have been interested in signing him, and if we do, then great. I'm all for it if the wages are right, because I imagine he'll be quite a big earner. But to sign, a Danish international is impressive. But if Pedersen can lure him in, then great. But no, I'd be surprised if that one came off. But maybe if a return to England is what Jorgensen is seeking, then I'd be happy for it to be Blues at the right price. But yeah, definitely a very high caliber link there, probably the highest that we've seen so far in the transfer window link with Blues. But yeah, that's it from me, really, guys. That's all the players I wanted to talk through. Thank you for joining me for yet another transfer rumour roundup video. Let me know your thoughts on the players that we've discussed today and which ones you would like to see wearing a Blues shirt next season. And also let me know any players that you want Blues to look at as well. I think it spark a good discussion and we can talk about what areas you think Blues should improve on the most. That's definitely a video I'm going to look to bring to you in pre-season, a bit more of opinionated content. But yeah, it all starts here, really, guys. Enjoy the Euros. It's kicking off this weekend, so that should be great. And then hopefully England can bring it home, but we shall see. Bellingham final winner, we can all hope. But yeah, cheers for joining me as well, guys, as always. And I shall see you in the next one. Keep right on.